Social Science, Standard 8. This is lecture number 2 of the chapter 9, the Freedom Movement of 1857. In lecture number 1, we had discussed about the reasons for the outbreak of the revolt, in which we had talked about that social and religious reasons were responsible, economic reasons were responsible, military reasons were responsible, political reasons were responsible for the outbreak of the revolt. Adding fuel to the fire, an immediate reason was the introduction of Enfield rifle, right, in the military, which was greased with the meat or the fat of cow and pig. So the Indians refused to use that Enfield rifle and the revolt took place. Today, continuing the chapter, we are going to learn about planning of the revolt and Mangal Pandey. We had already discussed that a brave leader, Mangal Pandey, who was the part of British Army, being an Indian, was an important leader of the revolt of 1857. Let's see what they had planned for the revolt. It was planned to begin the revolt across the nation against the British East India Company on 31st May 1857. So it was planned by our leaders that in the whole nation at one time they will have the revolt on 31st of May. Right? Leaders like Nana Sahib Peshwa, Bahadur Shah Zafar, Kumar Singh, Nawab of Awadh joined hands with Tatya Tope, who was an efficient military commander. Azimullah Khan was a lawyer by profession but a great nationalist. So these all were the leaders who were ready to join the revolt. With this, lotus and roti were the symbols to join the revolt. Lotus was the symbol for civilians. What do you mean by civilians? A general common people who agree to join the revolt. For them, lotus was the symbol. And roti was the symbol for soldiers who were ready to join the revolt. Right? Mangal Pandey opposed the use of cartridge, which was greased with the fat of cow and pig. As a result, the revolt began earlier than the fixed date. What was the date fixed for the revolt? 31st May 1857. But it had an outbreak, means it began earlier than the fixed date. Right? What was that date? That also I will share, but later in the chapter. Right? It disrupted means it was disturbed. For that, it was disturbed. The planning and the objectives of the revolt could not be achieved. As the revolt started earlier than the precise date, the objectives of the revolt could not be achieved and the revolt became a failure. Right? Our next such concept is a short brief note about Mangal Pandey, a brave leader. So let's have an outlook on a short note or a short introduction about Mangal Pandey. Mangal Pandey was born to a Brahmin couple in Nagwa village of Uttar Pradesh. He joined the British Army as a soldier at ₹7 as his salary. The Indian soldiers who had agreed to revolt wanted to wait till 31st May, whereas 26-year-old Mangal Pandey could not wait till then. He refused to follow the orders of using the Enfield rifle and challenged the British officers. Sergeant Major Hewson ordered to arrest him, but Mangal Pandey shot him. He defeated another British officer too. The Indian soldiers refused to arrest Mangal Pandey. Being a Brahmin, when he was cornered by the British soldiers, he shot himself by his own rifle. A bleeding Mangal Pandey was taken to the hospital because the British wanted to get information about the plan of revolt from him. The military court pretended to run a case against Mangal Pandey on 6th April 1857. The entire proceeding was in English. He was sentenced to death at the end, but he did not divulge any information regarding the revolt to British. That's how our patriots were. He was hanged at 5:30 a.m. on 8th April, and that's how he became the first martyr of the revolt of 1857. Now our next topic is spread of the revolt and its leaders. Our first leader is Bahadur Shah Zafar, and he belongs to Delhi. The soldiers reached Delhi from Meerut in the morning on 11th May. They could capture Delhi with the help of the Indian soldiers present there. They convinced the 80-year-old Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar to accept the leadership of the revolt. This news infused a new life, and many regions in India joined the revolt. Next is Kanpur and Nana Sahib. Kanpur broke into the revolt on 4th June 1857, and Nana Sahib Peshwa was asked to assume the leadership of the revolt. However, they had to surrender to the British following an acute shortage of food and water due to 22-day-long siege. Next in the list is Bihar and Kunwar Singh. Patna and Jagdishpur were the main centers of the revolt in Bihar. Kunwar Singh, a 70-year-old landlord, was the leader of the revolt. He fought bravely against the Britishers. During a battle, he got shot in his arm. To stop the poison to spread into his body, he chopped his hand from the elbow and offered it to river Ganga. He freed Jagdishpur from the British control before he died. Jhansi and the great warrior Lakshmi Bai. The queen of Jhansi, Lakshmi Bai, was a great warrior. The Britishers did not accept her adopted son as the heir to the throne. This is the reason for her joining the revolt. She was one of the most skillful leaders of the revolt. She had also prepared an army of women to fight against the British. They fought bravely against the British. According to the British officials, Queen Lakshmi Bai was one of the greatest woman leaders of the revolt of 1857. The brave army commander Tatya Tope Nanasaheb Peshwa had made Tatya Tope the commander of the army at Kanpur. Soon he became his trusted commander. He skillfully fought to free Kanpur, playing the role of the commander for the first time in his life. For the next 2 years, he played a major role in the revolt across the country. No one in his time had fought as many battles as he did. Let's move with the topic of revolt of 1857 in Gujarat. The 7th Battalion of the British Army broke the revolt in Ahmedabad, Gujarat in June 1857. However, it was soon halted. Garbardas Patel, the headman of Anand Kheda district, collected almost 2,000 volunteers to join revolt. However, the supporters of Garbardas were captured by the British, tied to the cannon, and were blown off with the cannonball fire. Garbardas was exiled to Andamans, where he died. The British commander of navy became impatient and reached the fort of Bet Dwarka via the Bay of Bet. Sir Donovan ordered an attack on the fort. The Wagers inside the fort had no such artillery to counter attack. At this time, the Waghir women came up with a very brave and innovative idea. They soaked the mattress with water in which they could catch the cannonballs and they cooled them immediately. This would enable the Waghir men to fight a battle without being hit by the cannonballs. This act of bravery was equivalent to that of Rani Lakshmibai. These women were the Lakshmibais of Gujarat. So this is all about the topic of revolt in Gujarat. Now let's move with the topic of end of the revolt. The revolt started the prior date. It has to be started. Actually, the revolt, the date decided was 31st May 1857. But the revolt started on 10th May 1857. As the revolt started prior date, already the planning of the revolt was disrupted. So the revolt happened, but it does not yield required results. And slowly and steadily, within the prescribed period of time, Britishers regained all that territories again into their control. Right? So, in this way, the revolt became unsuccessful. We, the Indians, did not get much benefit of the revolt. Now, further in the chapter, let's read or let's understand why was the revolt failure, or what were the reasons responsible for the revolt to be a failure. The first and the utmost reason is the rebels lacked coordination. All the persons who had revolt, they all were not having the kind of the coordination they should have. Next one. The revolt happened before the pre-planned date, by which the effect of it was not that strong and Britishers got alert. Right? Third one. Intellectual class did not support the revolt. Whatever intellectual class of the society, those who were having a good brain power, they did not support the revolt. Many leaders either sided the British or remained passive during the revolt. There were a huge class of the people who remained passive. Passive means they did not participate in the revolt, or they were on the side of British. For example, Sikh and Gurkhas fought by the side of British. They were Indian, but they chose to fight from the British side. British had superior army, weapons and military. Obviously, as they were getting the help from England, Iran, they had superior army, weapons and military. Even this is one of the reasons we failed. And the last one, leaders were not fighting for the nation. Those who were fighting in the revolt, being the part of India, they all were fighting for their own lost territory. And they were not fighting for India. Can I say this has lacked nationalism? One of the reasons the revolt failed. So these all were the reasons revolt became failure. No matter revolt became failure, but there were certain effects and consequences which were positive, which were on our side. Right? So the good changes happened after the revolt. Let's have that analyzed. Revolt was not successful but still ushered in a new era of change. Many good positive change came into India. The first and the utmost good change which came in India was India came directly under the Crown rule. Now what do you mean by the term Crown rule? Till now we had studied that India was ruled by the British East India Company. Now that company is not going to rule us anymore and we are directly under the control of Crown, means Queen's rule of England. Right? Interference in the internal affairs of the state stopped. Now they are not interfering anymore in the internal affairs of the state. No matter, this is not going to lie or stay for a longer period of time, but a change came. They were compelled, the Britishers were compelled, they were forced to change the policies. Whatever policies they had adopted, they had to make a change into it. Right? The salary, allowances and facilities given to the Indian soldiers increased. We had already discussed that Indian soldiers were much exploited in the British Army. But now their salary, allowances and facilities increased. And the last one helped in invoking the feeling of nationalism. This revolt failure was a learning lesson for Indians. As a result, we learned the lesson of nationalism and we came to know that until and unless we be united, we can never throw British out of India. Right? So this was all about the revolt of 1857, its failure, its reason and its effects and consequences. So this is how we are coming to the end of this chapter. I hope you all have understood all the concepts well. Thank you so much.
आभार।